In life, it comes to a point where you're outgrowing people. I've talked about this to an extent in previous videos to a small degree, but I wanted to explain about it in a bit more detail. There comes a point in life where you outgrow people. The people you grew up with, your best friends, even family members you outgrow. When you elevate, you're progressing, you're doing things you want to do, you begin to outgrow them. They still want to be doing the same thing, still talking about the same superficial subjects. You're trying to talk about businesses and growing and building things. They're just lazy, living in fantasy land. And especially if you live on your own, you will mature into an adult. When you're paying bills, you will mature. That's something that is a fact of life. You can't just be living carefree as you once were when you was living family. 70% of your time is you making decisions when you're living on your own. What bills need to be paid? What needs to be repaired in the house? What issues have you got with the council? So many things on a daily basis, on a monthly basis you'll be dealing with, and you will grow. And it comes to a point where you will have problems with the council, and you will have rent arrears, and there'll be certain times where you need someone's perspective, a second perspective, advice, what to do. And sometimes your friends won't be able to offer you that kind of advice because they haven't lived what you're living. They haven't experienced what you've experienced. They can't really relate to you. And it's not that you're better than them. It's just the fact that you've gone on a different zone, on a different path in life, and they're still where they are. And as a result, sometimes, unfortunately, it creates envy and jealousy in those friends you've outgrown. They become envious of you. They'll even try to sabotage you in worst case scenarios because they want to be the person doing better than you. They want to be the quote unquote alpha male or the alpha female. They would love to do what you was doing, but they don't have the determination, the drive, the resilience to overcome adversity and accomplish things. Some of them had flats because they had a child. They got a flat from the council because they got pregnant. This is girls I'm talking about for that matter, and they couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle the pressure. Now I'm not judging them. Life is tough. Some of them got support from their family, but they still moved back in because they said it was too much. And the fact that they've seen you, obviously, you're living on your own, and you've managed to weather the storm. You haven't been evicted. You're still maintaining your flat after 3-4 years. Resentment builds. There's jealousy from them because they wish they could do what you was doing. And outgrowing people is a part of life. It really is a part of life, outgrowing people, And sometimes you try to salvage the relationship. You try to salvage it by trying to reconnect, But that passive aggressive, the indirect comments, the disrespectful remarks they exude towards you is really an underlying root of jealousy and envy. The indirect statements they write on Facebook or on WhatsApp, and it's directed about you 95% of the time, because it relates to what you was talking about with them, if that makes sense. There's jealousy, and sometimes it's not always blatant. The jealousy is not always as obvious. It's not always as obvious. You may not always detect it when someone's been envious of you, because sometimes people don't want to expose themselves. But in life, everybody reveals themselves in the end. You can only put on a front for so long. You can only be fake for so long. Eventually, you will expose yourself without even realizing it. If you study psychology, personality disorders, you'll be very aware and privy to certain mannerisms people do. You're able to sense haters, snakes, fake people around you very easily. And you gotta keep a distance, because they will gossip about you. They will try and sabotage you because they want to see you fail. They want to see you fail. And this goes for family members as well. They want to see you fail. It's envy. Not everyone has their best interest at heart. Not everyone has their best interest at heart, and that's just the fact of life. Your own parents will call the police on you even though you didn't commit a criminal offence. Your own parents, that's your own flesh and blood. Your own brothers and sisters will call the police on you even though you didn't commit a criminal offence. How can you trust people that have done that to you? Of course, people like that will sabotage you. They're trying to destroy your life. You gotta cut them off or keep distance from them. Outgrowing is a painful thing to have to experience, you know. But sometimes, if you want to elevate and succeed and become successful in life, sometimes you gotta cut people off. You gotta burn bridges. If they're not helping you get to the certain level you're trying to get to, you have to let them go. Otherwise, they'll bring you down with them. It's very rare you can bring somebody up and motivate them and elevate them to your level. It's very rare you can do that. Usually, if you try to do that, you will get brought down. They will bring you down. You know, it's a full-time job having to look after yourself and elevate yourself, let alone elevate somebody else. And some people don't want to succeed. They don't want to grow. They don't want to elevate. They don't want to progress. They don't want to progress. Some people that's just a fact of life. But they don't want to see you do better than them, though. On the flip side, they don't want to progress, but they don't want to see you do better than them. You gotta cut them off. You have to cut them off. You know. Have a good day, guys. Yeah. Peace.